Father's Slide. This goes to a painting. What's been happening with the paintings too is Julie will give me a painting and I'll write a poem to it, and then she'll add more into the painting based on the poem, and then I'll add more into the poem based on the painting. So this painting's evolved more. I'm loving it that we just keep it going. So this is the poem Sisters of the Meadow. Winter bursts forth fairy saplings, sisters of the meadow, magical and raw at once. Pristine pine twigs dancing safely, persimmon and pistachio holiday tinsel, adorning their natural environment. Roots intact, allow the depth of their beauty. Incantations of blue quietly into their core, like the brave red fringe of wildflowers, the undefined graciousness of being. I love the way she painted the trees so strong and free, and it makes me think of how I want to see teenagers. I'm more and more seeing, especially girls, being more and more free. I love just seeing young people today being stronger and safer and allowed to be all of who they are. I thought those trees just remind me of that permission. The next one is a painting, but I couldn't find it last night. So, but this goes to I don't know if this painting's from there, but it goes to one of the sunrise paintings. I called it Pomegranate Sunrise. Peach and pear sky, evergreen gold. Snow, a fresh page of dawn. The way a new story feels upon waking, answering the calling that tops all. Frosted in freedom and time, the sacred act of morning. And this one, if you look, I wrote a little haiku, and it's on the lavender painting that's on the wall back there. And this one started because Jilly had done a sunrise painting, which was in the Art Class e-magazine with this poem. And then, based on the poem, she's done the painting. So, lavender ablaze, mountains gently lightening, nature's morning hymn. And then we're getting into the middle section of the book, and probably the more serious part. And this is where I collaborated a lot with Wendy Bowling Stevenson. And this is the poem that the book is named after. And actually, the poem was originally co-written with Timothy Shea. And I couldn't decide what to do with it. We have our long poem that works. Each of our sections work separately. I didn't know, did I just put my section in as its own poem for this? And then Wendy put our entire poem into that piece of art right there, red. So check that out. So this is Fire, for Fire. Her love blazes in my life, beloved grandmother, how I sacrificed for her desire until I stopped, recovered myself, went through flames to freedom. Now on the other side of the country, in wildfire, eclipsed until masks burn away, until my voice is the only flame, then gone into earth. Phoenix we are not, but having spoken, our words remain. A singed orange sunrise, smothered behind a veil of smog. To speak in these dying days, parched tongues, charred paradigms, how you burn, controlled and uncontrolled, devastating, freeing, alive. Open mouth, vernacular ripple, ring after ring unwound. Elephants stand still, burn alive, no longer believe they have strength to resist. Years of life disappear into oblivion as our planet heads to stardust, the pause before the next big bang. As the last fire goes out, we bury ourselves in words, wrap them around us for safety, sleep in handmade paper, breathe only nirvana. Sorrows of lost years dissipate, voice returns after the fire that divided our earth, her candle extinguished. I listen for presence, spirit and soil inhale as one, quiet Plutonian sky. Goddesses abide as we invite them, fan the air around them. A allow them to emerge within us. She who is everything, still with me. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say, we should change the slide. Sorry, yeah, sorry. She who was with me, she who is everything, my grandmother, still with me. How she would prepare oatmeal each morning, lie beside me as I gently awoke. A communion of being, ordinary light. So, ordinary light, that's where it came from. I wrote that poem when I was really depressed. When Vancouver gets covered, since 2017, I think, we've been getting covered in smoke, and we shouldn't be, and we can't normalize that, and I get devastated when it happens. And we're so lucky that we only experience that degree of climate change 11 days a year, and the rest of the time, I really sincerely believe we have time to turn climate change around. I really believe in hope, and I really believe it's a nonpartisan issue, and I believe we can turn it around. But I do get devastated when we're covered in smoke because it's such a reminder that it's not okay to allow it to go on. So that was Timothy and I wrote that while the sky was covered in smoke, and while we got together for coffee and talked about all the issues that were really weighing on us through North America. It was actually right for the last US election in 2020 is when we aimed to get that published, and we were happy after. We're really grieving when we wrote the poem. But I think it's also important to move out of grief and take care of our planet, because I think we have time. And I think it's the right thing to do no matter what, to take care of the planet. So the next one